May mga panahon ba na naiisip mo na sana hindi ka nalang chairman? Wala naman daw projects ang FILCOSOC na nakakatulong sa mga OFWs dito. Mas madalas daw ang dinner parties, events at social gatherings. Madaming nagtatanong bakit kailangang magbayad ng membership fee ang mga OFWs dito para maging part ng FILCOSOC, and saan ba napupunta yung ibinabayad nila? We get discounts. Question is, yun lang ba ang kaya nating ibigay sa mga OFWs? You're on fire.
On fire.
Okay.
My chair is burning actually.
Hey, awesome people! Welcome back to my channel. This is once again our new segment, One-on-One with Sherwin Auman. And of course, right now, I have a very special guest, Chairman Roland Leano. Kumusta?
Eto, mabuti naman. Salamat.
Well, right now, I mean it, and I want you to be honest. Kumusta?
Happy but drowning.
Drowning in what sense?
There's a lot of responsibilities and challenges going on now, especially this pandemic.
And that is exactly why I invited you here. You being the chairman, and I know that you have a lot of responsibilities and you're juggling things. Work, responsibilities as a FILCOSOC chair, right?
Yes.
But I would like to focus on one thing that you said. You're happy.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you're drowning, but you're happy.
I am, absolutely.
Tell me why.
Because it's my passion to help.
Okay. Well, Chairman, I know you for a while now and madalas tayong nagti-team up sa mga projects, right?
Yep.
So, this question is not for me. This is for my viewers. I would like to know who is Roland Leano as a person and as a professional.
Well, as a person, I am a proud Ilocano, hailed in Cagayan Valley. I'm just a simple guy with a big heart,
Right.
serious, but very approachable, determined, and very focused. As a professional, I hold a degree in civil engineering and pursuing a career in construction law, and of course, dispute resolution in construction claims.
Okay. And right now in Oman, what do you do exactly?
Well, I am employed with one of the government here doing, actually I'm a head of planning and project controls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how long have you been away from the Philippines?
If my memory is correct, probably it's about a decade or more than a decade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's long.
That's all, yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, I miss home.
We all do.
Yeah.
Now, of all the countries available, I have asked this to some of my guests as well. Of all the countries in the world, bakit Oman?
Actually, when I was still younger, I mean, younger age.
You're still young though.
Oh yeah, of course. It's just my age. So I actually started from Asia Pacific to be away from home. And then in 2005, I was transferred somewhere in Bahrain.
Okay.
Kingdom of Bahrain. Stayed there for quite some time, about 5.5 years. Then I was transferred to UAE to take a greater role, handling a very challenging job, covering SEMEA, and Oman was part of my responsibility. So then, when I was here, luckily the government have chosen me to be part of their group. So that's the point. So from then, I was in love with Oman. I think it's destiny. It's a destiny that I was here. So I'm here for long now. So.
What are you talking about when you say you're in love with Oman? I am in love I'm in love with you, Oman.
Yeah, and I'm in love with Oman.
Right, Sherwin Auman.
He's my friend.
Right, okay. Chairman, let's talk about your work here. How is it working as an engineer here?
Yeah, actually, I don't practice as a engineer here, so my main role is on the head of planning and project controls.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how is it?
It's very challenging. It's very challenging. Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, given that it's challenging, can you tell me? I'm sure there are many good parts. Okay. Now tell me the best part of working as a head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
The best part of being the head in planning is, of course, you seldom go to site, and I have the liberty to preserve my porcelain skin from the
porcelain skin.
Yeah, my porcelain.
Right.
Yeah, from the burning sun.
Okay. This time, tell me about the challenges.
The challenges, yes, as the head of planning, of course, it is my duty, or I'm part of those who would deliver a certain project within time, within a reasonable budget. Anything goes wrong, it goes back to me. It's my responsibility. So that's the
Okay.
challenge.
So with all these challenges given, how do you overcome them?
Well, it's constant monitoring, focus, and you need to be analytical
Okay.
to attend to situations.
Okay. So, Chairman, I'm calling you Chairman. You are not just an ordinary OFW here. Alam nating lahat na ikaw ang Chairman ng FILCOSOC. Unang-una sa lahat, for those who are here in Oman and outside Oman, what is FILCOSOC?
First thing and foremost, FILCOSOC stands for Filipino Community Social Club, and it is under the auspices of the Ministry of Social Development, created under the Royal Decree 14 series of 2000. And FILCOSOC was created to facilitate events, social events, but legally.
Okay.
Legal, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
It's huge,
It
actually.
is huge. It's huge responsibility.
So, paano ka napunta sa pagiging Chairman?
It's a long story.
Let's cut it short.
Yeah, let's cut it short. So I'll start from 2016. In 2016, I started as a sports director at
okay.
the board of directors of FILCOSOC, and in 2017, I became the vice chairperson. From there, I rose from the rank. From 2019 until now, I became the chairman,
Okay.
the chairperson here.
Okay. Now, what do you like most about being an officer or about being a public servant?
What I like the most being a public servant is, of course, I can help people.
Yeah.
It's my passion. It's volunteerism has always been my line.
Wow.
Ever since I was a kid.
Idol.
You're my idol.
Bayani.
Actually, this is not my first time. Since in Bahrain, UAE, I was also a board of directors.
Wow. So you have been doing this for such a long time.
yes.
So
And
it's in your blood.
It's in my blood, actually. I stopped for a while, just giving chance to
Okay.
others. Then when the calling was there, so I said, when I was here in 2012, I said, hold on, I have to hold back, let them run, and
Okay.
we'll see if we can help in some other way, we'll do that. But since there was a calling, Roland, please run. So that
Yeah.
time there was no one who would like to run as FILCOSOC, and we want to save the FILCOSOC. So that's why I ran and became the sports director, being a sportsman.
You are meant to serve and help people.
Yes, it's really a calling.
Okay. Yes, given that it is a calling, it is something that you love, it is something that you are passionate about. But, of course, we have to face the fact na may mga challenges yung positions natin. So, ano naman yung mga bagay na hindi mo gusto bilang isang public servant?
Honestly, yung mga nagmamagaling or nagmamarunong and mga pasikat.
Okay.
Let's always be humble. That's
Yes.
what I want to say.
May mga panahon ba na naiisip mo na sana hindi ka na lang chairman?
Well, wala pa naman as of now. Ever since I became a officer or a leader as a volunteer, it has never came to my mind of resisting. Nasabi ko, wala akong panay-retract na, bakit pa ako naging chairman? The thing is, sabi ko kanina, it's a calling. So wala. But one thing that I am always praying is when my term ends, hopefully that's someone who would take my position ay meron siyang busilak na puso at full determination, focus siya, naka-align sa mandate ng FILCOSOC, itutuloy niya ang mga programa ay alinsunod sa mandato ng CBL natin.
Well, Chairman, we all know that public service is like politics, right? And syempre, hindi maiiwasan ang mga issues.
Yeah, nandyan yan, but I'd rather put it in the other perspective, you know. I would say that if you have the political will, you can be a good leader. You can serve the people. You can provide a good public service. So what I suggest to the rest, of course, instead na gawing political, let's help one another para sa ikakabuti ng ating community.
Okay. Well, this might be hard for you, but I'm going to ask you the issues na palagi na lang ibinabato sa FILCOSOC. Tatlo lang naman. Is that okay?
Hopefully it's not hard as stone.
Well, for my fellow Filipinos here in Oman, these questions are actually gathered from Facebook posts, mga common questions ng mga kapwa natin Filipinos here in Oman. So I'll just ask them to you. And I think this is an opportunity to address them. Right?
Yep.
Okay. First question. Wala naman daw projects ang FILCOSOC na nakakatulong sa mga OFWs dito. Mas madalas daw ang dinner parties, events, at social gatherings. What can you say about that?
Wow, this is a very challenging question. It's intriguing.
Yes.
Yeah, simple lang naman ang masasabi ko. While there are allegations na ganito, but I beg to disagree na mali talaga yung mga sinasabi nilang wala tayong naitutulong. Maybe hindi alam ng karamihan na there were lots of trainings that has already been done in collaboration with the Philippine Embassy and other subcommittees. Marami po tayong trainings na ibinibigay sa kanila, and none in my time or years being a as the board of director since 2016, wala akong maisip or maalala na puro dinner or none a single time na dinner ang ginawa ng FILCOSOC. Eventually, ang kanong FILCOSOC is to promote camaraderie, the cultural heritage of the Philippines, and of course, this is done through social gatherings. When I say social gatherings, it means trainings, some events, and sports, and a lot of trainings. That's how what FILCOSOC is. And unang-una sa lahat nga is yung mga natulungan natin, alam nila to. So I don't have to brag and kung anong mga FILCOSOC at anong FILCOSOC. And one point lang na gusto kong malaman nila is we do it as volunteers. We are not paid.
Yes. Can I just add, I am a witness of how FILCOSOC reaches out to Filipinos all over Oman. I am even a part of some projects of FILCOSOC, finding these people who need help, especially nag-pandemic tayo. So, I think it's a little unfair, especially nung makita ko sa Facebook na events and parties lang ang ginagawa ng FILCOSOC. It's more than that, I think. It's more than that. Now, the next question will be, madaming nagtatanong, bakit kailangang magbayad ng membership fee ang mga OFWs dito para maging part ng FILCOSOC, and saan ba napupunta yung ibinabayad nila?
Thank you again, Sherwin, for that question. Actually, nasagot ko na rin ito sa previous interviews ko, which is posted din sa FB ng FILCOSOC. Just like any other groups, normally meron po yan membership fee. Why meron membership fee? This is because they need some fund to sustain po yung operation ng isang organization. Just like FILCOSOC, ang pwede lang nating pag-gather ng fund or to sustain the club is through the membership fees. Yan lang po inaalaw ng ministry, and of course some donations if merong events tayo.
Okay. One thing more, yung partnerships ninyo sa mga establishments to get discounts for the Filipinos. Like say for example, if we go to Jollibee, Chowking, we get discounts. And if we go to some clinics, shops, we get discounts. Question is, yun lang ba ang kaya nating ibigay sa mga OFWs?
Ganito yan, host Sherwin.
You're on fire.
On fire.
Okay.
My chair is burning actually. But yes. Unfortunately, this may not only be the benefits of being a member of FILCOSOC, but yes, this is most of the things that we can provide you. I think yung pagkakaroon nyo ng discounts sa big hospitals like, can I?
Yeah, sure.
The Kim's, Hyatt, Apollo, Lifeline, and there's one more which I forgot. At mga optical services and restaurants, just like what Sherwin mentioned a while ago, mga kainan, food service. So, these are already a big help. Hindi ko lang alam kung makakatulong sa inyo to, but yung iba nga sabi nila, bakit discounts pa ang binibigay? You're forcing the people to spend money. Pero ang sagot naman dyan is, while we have the self-responsibility not to spend, we are helping also yung mga partners natin, which is, dapat isipin nila yung mga nasa food industries are Filipino own
workers. There are also Filipinos,
yes,
and
so,
we spend money anyway. We spend money on them,
Yep.
especially say this is just an example. Filipinos love to eat at Jollibee. Like sometimes they go every weekend. So if you get discounts every weekend, so that's a big help.
It is.
Malaking tulong yon, di ba?
It is. Kasi parehas din naman. Gagastos tayo.
Right. Okay. Paano nakakatulong ang FILCOSOC lalo na sa mga Pilipino dito sa Oman dahil may pandemic ngayon?
Yes, you have been a living witness kung paano tayo nakatulong. Especially during the lockdown period where hindi tayo pwedeng magbiyahe across, outside Oman. So we forged a mutual or memorandum of agreement with the Polo through the Philippine Embassy para tayo, FILCOSOC, because of our wide connection, tayo po ang inatasan na makipag tie up sa kanila para may parating yung mga ayuda para sa ating mga naapektuhan ng mga kababayan. So we have covered Dhofar, Albatina, Sharkia, and of course Muscat was the most. And I take this opportunity to thank also those who were volunteering na mag-help sa atin from those regions. Hindi ko na po i-mention yung mga name para walang magalit pag may nakalimutan ako, but it is a general comment. Salamat
You know
po.
who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. At gaya nga nasabi ko, ayaw ko po ng pasikat. So thank you, and stay humble always for the best para sa tulong natin sa ating community. And I thank also the Philippine Embassy for extending their support sa ating mga kababayan.
I am going back to you. How are you affected by this pandemic?
Greatly affected.
Okay.
And I learned a lot of things. Like we need to be humble and ready always.
I think this is something that most of us were not ready about. Like, I mean, nobody ever saw this coming, right? I was not ready for this.
Yes.
So I was just thinking life would go on, and I thought it was just an ordinary fluke. And now, actually, what I learned from this is that there are better things to do in life.
Yes.
Right? Like at home, like when we thought that we could not really stay at home, we discovered other things to do at home, like being productive.
Correct.
Like also reaching out to people, even not physical, online, virtually, we get to reach out to people. Now, this is a very interesting question for me. And I always ask this question to my guests. I have two questions.
Sure.
The first one would be, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Probably during this time of pandemic, I would love to ask the world to be humble, to be committed, to be ready, and always stay safe, be careful always, and Godspeed.
Right? Okay. Finally, describe Roland in one word.
Dedicated.
Dedicated. Wow. Thank you, Chairman Roland, for being my guest in this segment.
Thanks for having me here, Oman.
And of course, you awesome people, thank you for watching this. See you next time here at
One-on-One with Sherwin Auman.